Howdy, folks. This is Piper the Sailor Man, Sailor the Piper Man, coming to you once again another day, giving God all the honor and glory for my life, another breath for life. I'm here with my mission pipe, smoking some Captain Royal, and I have some news for you. First of all, prayers are going out to those in the piping community that have lost loved ones, and there are many that are sick, and some have caught COVID. So my prayer goes out to you. You're in my thoughts. I believe in the power of prayer. I'll be thinking of you, and then when I pray for God's mercy and restoration. I believe God restores and God heals, regardless of the individual. But I always say, let thy will be done, not my will be done. That being said, I have some news to you. Good news. What's new? I ordered 2 straight Rossi pipes, and these 2 Rossi pipes I had a great deal on them, and they're straight Canadian styled pipes that Rossi put out. You know, I've always wanted to purchase a Rossi. I never had a Rossi pipe. I know that Savinelli makes them. I know that the Bry is Italian, and I figured there'd be excellent pipes for the price. These are $60 each. That's $120 for 2 pipes. Briar, and so far everybody says they're wonderful pipes. I've never tried it. I will critique the pipes. One with an English blend, one with an aromatic blend. I also purchased what's called the Bone Morgan pipe. Everybody's been raving about them, so I figured, I'm gonna put my $50, another $50, and purchase that. I would be doing a critique on that. So there's 3 pipes. I'll be critiquing them. I'll put up what I thought. These are pipes I've never smoked before, so I'm going in with an open mind. Also going in with the understanding that they're not very expensive pipes, so I don't expect the grade of these pipes to be way up there, finest premium pipes or anything like that. But if they can give me a decent smoke and have them for a long time, I've had opportunity to find seconds in tobacco shops that I tell you, once I developed the kick in them, and of course you have to be able to break them in properly, they last me for quite a while, and they've become part of me, and like this one. This is a small mission I bought, and I got a good deal on it because they were selling this at $50. I said, it gotta be crazy. But no, there's some kind of souvenir shop or something was selling them for $50, and I purchased it. A month later, I was gonna order another one. They raised it to $110. So I made out. It's a nice, I don't often use it, but when I do, it gives me excellent smoke. I'm smoking Captain Royal in it, one of my favorite tobaccos. And I like the mission because you can make it doesn't make a difference. Aromatic or English blends or Oriental blends, you don't get much ghosting. You can, but you don't. You can if you allow the cake to build, but I don't. So straight up tends to neutralize everything for me. That being said, I want to talk about a little history of pipes. So here it goes. The information I got it online. I don't remember its source, but it's quite interesting. And then you could do your own research and verify as to what I'm saying is true or not. This is not my source. I'm getting it online. I think one of the tobacco online stores put this out. A little history of pipes. The tobacco plant was first brought to China in 1570. In 1570s, from the island of Luzon, in what is today the Philippines. I assume the Spanish brought it to the Philippines. By Cheng Zhenglong, a merchant of Fujian. Smoking the leaves of the plant, which the Chinese call Dambagu, a corruption of the Spanish tobacco, quickly caught on in China. So obviously the Spanish Armada was out there, had a couple of wars with pirateers until they finally were able to claim the Philippines as Spanish territories. It's quite interesting how similar the history of the Philippines is with my country, my ancestors' country, the Puerto Rico. It says the first manufacturer, okay, that was just one part of it. It says here, another quote, the first manufactured tobacco pipes were made of clay and mostly came from Northern Europe. At around the end of the 16th century, it was at the beginning of the 17th century when William Berneltz moved from his native England to Holland to launch the first mass production of clay pipes. So obviously the first mass production of clay pipes was in Holland. Makes sense, right? That's quite interesting because I thought clay pipes only came and were made in the United States in the colonial periods. That's how much I knew about clay pipes, and I'm still trying to learn more about them. Okay, the history of pipe smoking. Archaeological investigation has linked the first smoking pipes made of copper to Egypt around 2000 BC. The pipes were found inside the tombs next to mummies, though it's not clear if the pipes were used for religious ceremonies or were for recreation. Interesting, right? That 2000 BC. You know, the time of Christ was what, 33 AD? So we're talking about 2,000 years before Christ. Okay, another one. In the late 1930s, archaeologists in North Alabama rushed to excavate a now submerged Native American site at the confluence of the Flint and Tennessee rivers. They joined. Racing the rising tide brought on by the newly built Guntersville Dam, dozens of artifacts were discovered, then sealed up in paper bags and kept at Alabama State University repository. There they gathered dust until 70 years later, when a team of archaeologists and chemists looking for a particular item noted the repository catalog FS74, an engraved smoking pipe, a medicine tube carved from limestone. So this pipe was made from limestone. And I think some people are still making these types of pipes. With the support of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, the researchers have been examining ancient Native American pipes for years using a chemical analysis technique called mass spectrometry. To look for traces of plant material left behind. Their hunt, which was meant to shed light on the religious and ritualistic history of smoking, had already yielded tobacco and Jimson weed residue in pipes dating back a few hundred years. But when they tested the FS-74 pipe, they hit a jackpot. The team found early traces of nicotine, a telltale compound within tobacco, and residue ringing inside of the pipe. Animal bones found alongside the pipe were dated between 1685 to 1530 before the Common Era, BC, indicating the pipe is the earliest evidence yet. The pipe that they have is the earliest evidence yet of tobacco smoking in North America. The researchers report today in the Journal of Archaeological Science report, scientists found 3,500-year-old traces of nicotine inside this limestone pipe that suggests the band of early Native Americans who lived here were growing and smoking tobacco at least 1,000 years earlier than previously thought. That's how ancient pipe tobacco smoking was. Around the same time, they were domesticating food crops like sunflower and squash. The findings raise the possibility that the plants grown for ritual use might have played an important role in the region's early forays into agriculture. So, what you're saying is, 1,000 years before, we thought that the Native Americans were smoking. 1,000 years before, they found evidence that they were already humans smoking pipes made from stone. Talking about the possibility that in the Stone Age, people were smoking maybe not only pipe tobacco but other herbs. I recall, as I told you the story of Carlos Castaneda, that the Yaqui Indians of Mexico, the Mosquito Indians, the shamans were using all kind of herbs and pipes for various reasons, even transcendental, otherworldly. You know, they did a lot of experimenting in LSD and all kind of peyote. Actually, there's a peyote church, right? Restroom. They were looking for actually for ritualistic purposes, medicinal purposes. So I'm sure more evidence is going to come out that pipe smoking is a very ancient art. And I believe, for me, pipe kind of roots me to the earth. You know, I got the wood, I got the air, I have the fire, I have the plant, earth, wind, and fire. You know, and air. And so, it's considered the cycle of life. So that's Piper the Sailor Man, Sailor the Piper Man. Just bring you the good news of the purchase of the 3 pipes to Rossi, Warren Bone Morgan, and a little history. And letting you know that I also pray for others. I believe in intercessory prayer. So blessings to all, shalom to all, peace to all. This is Sailor the Piper, but Piper the Sailor Man. Remember, what you can't do today, you can do tomorrow. Blessings.